if I have my timing right, this is part deux. Alright, we have turned two balls identical. We did all the grain alignment stuff. We put them back together after we cleaned up the insides with a white wood glue or a Wellwood or whatever brand you use, okay? And that's because we don't want to see the line. If we used super glue, there's a chance there would be a line, a color shift at the line, and it would show up. Alright, now here's where you can get creative. You could have put another ball inside, you could have put some marbles inside, a small child, anything inside there, so when you pierce it out, you've got something a little bit more interesting. And as long as you hold it down, when you pierce it, the pieces would be on the bottom, and hey, it'd be cool. Now, we're not going to worry about the joint. We're going to get rid of this glue block because it weighs too much. It might tear the end off. We're going to keep it stabilized while we do it. And then we're going to clean up that end, cut it off this end, put it between centers, clean it up some more. A whole lot of cleaning up going on here. And then we'll have a finished ball. All you have to do is watch. Now the ball is spinning. Now we're going to bring up the tailstock here a little bit. Didn't want to bring it up early because we don't want to force any torsion on the spinning piece. So we'll bring it up and let it find its own center, and then the cup will stabilize it. Oops, hit the tripod there. And I'm going to take my stock, put a brand new edge on it just now, and I'm going to use it as much scraping as cutting as I run alongside of this, and I'm going to try to stay a little bit towards the tailstock and take some extra waste away. The worst thing I can do right now is bind this up. It'll tear the end right out of the ball, one end or the other, and then I'll lose all the work I've got in it so far. Now as I slide along, I can clean this up and scrape the ball and give it a really good appearance on the end. Now once I've got it off, I'm going to put my soft touch in. The one I made a little while ago and I showed you, it's got a recess in it. That recess is going to fit over the end of the ball so that it'll stabilize the ball. I stopped my revolving center, put my soft touch on. This is really nifty. They make a whole bunch of these. You can use them all kinds of ways. I bring it up nice and soft, and I'm going to use my fingernail gouge. Now I cleared away some of the material already before I put this ice cream stick back on it again. You can see I start vertical and then I twist to open to get a little cutting edge. Go back, start vertical. As I come around, a little twist and I open. And I will do that, and you take off these little wispies, and they are really, really fine cuts. And if you open it up too much, you're going to get too aggressive and you end up spinning the ball off the piece. And that's not good. No hero moves here. I flip it around and I'm going to ride down the side of the ball to clean it up a little bit more. Now, I'm not worried about following the contour of the ball as much as I am not twisting this off that piece, because I'll go right through that 1/16 inch wall. I'm going to reach around and stabilize it when I make the final cuts. I'm going to get through, and just about now you'll start to, there it is, and you'll see where the super glue I used yesterday is still a little moist in there, but it's because I had that hollow center in that glue block that it came off so nicely. Now that hollow center, I'm going to go ahead and accentuate that a little bit, and I'm going to clean it up and put the same size depression in this as I have on the other end. This is important. I want it to be about the same diameter as the ball, maybe a little bit deeper in the middle, because I only want the outside edges touching. If it touches on the center, it's going to get a chatter. So I want to have the center a little bit deeper. Now I'm going to put the ball between them. Now you see what I ended up with? I've got a little tip right there, a little rise. Now I'm going to put that in between the two spinning centers that are both cupped, and I don't want it straight up and down. I want it more towards the headstock than the tailstock, because I want to find my bevel with, again, my little double bevel edge fingernail gouge, I'm going to feel my bevel and bring it around slowly and surely. I can't hit this with anything big. I can't hit it hard. I don't want to hit it hard, and I sure don't want to sand it. I'm into cutting wood, not sanding wood. Now, I'm going to feel that go all the way around, and in a moment, I'm going to have it just the shape. Oh, there it is. Oh, I think I got it. I think I can go to heaven now. I'm going to start with some 180 grit, and I'm going to bring my tailstock up and put that 180 behind it, and then back my tailstock off a little bit, twist the ball about 15-20 degrees, I don't know, twist it a little bit, sand a little bit, twist a little bit, sand a little bit, twist a little bit, and that's going to help. Now, how do I keep the dust? Watch this. Gorst de Blesses told me to do this. I put a fan right over my head, blowing down over the piece. The dust goes away from my nose and my face. Okay, tell me it's not scientific, but it works. Well, that takes it through 320. You like the way I had that built in where my gut pushes off my lathe. And remember, if you don't want to leave the burn marks, when you bring it up just a little snug, and then lock your quill so it stays pretty tight, or pad the jaws with something soft, like some of that spongy stuff that they use for plastic, for wire shelves. But you can take it up to 320. Now, I'll put this back in the chuck and give you a close-up on it right now. Take a look at it. You can barely perceive that there's a line. In fact, it's really hard to find, and you have to work at it. Because I used regular carpenter's glue, I didn't get a color shift at the line. I've got a couple of bright spots from where the chuck, we rubbed on the chuck because I didn't pad them. But I can just take a little 320 or 400 and buff that right out, and a little bright spot will go away. You have to get that bright spot out, because when you put the finish on, it's not going to soak in right there. No matter what finish you use, it's a burnish, and it's going to show up. And you need to soften the surface or open the pores in order to get the finish to go in. Well, that's it. I had a ball showing this to you. I had one more, you know it. And hopefully you get out and turn one, decorate it, pierce it, make it look like a baseball, make it look like Mother Earth, the moon, put craters in it. My only worry is if my big fat black dog gets a hold of this, she'll put a distressed finish on it because it's the same size as a tennis ball. And she's already eaten one this season. Alright guys, get out in the shop and start making shavings. I'm Captain Eddie Castle. If I can ever be a help to you, you email me at this address right here. And I'll be glad to send it on to you. Help you out any way I can. Hey, we're doing it, you can do it. It's all about having fun in the shop. Take care now. Oh, be safe. Y'all still here? Get out of here. Turn off the computer. Go to the shop, for goodness gracious.